Alright guys, welcome back. So today is Wednesday the 16th of March and my wife's actually due for her second round of chemo tomorrow, Thursday the 17th of March. So she may well have had it once you watch this video, it depends when you watch it. But the last few days haven't been great, so in the last video, I think it was, I mentioned she'd had the PICC line put in her arm, and that was supposed to be making it easier for them to take blood and do the chemo, rather than having to mess around finding veins every time. But Friday, her arm was quite swollen and was driving her absolutely balmy. So we rung the hospital and they said they wanted to see her, but we couldn't go straight away because they were actually full and there was no space. So they said they'd ring us. So about 11 o'clock at night, I think it was, on Friday, we got the phone call to say we could go down. And she went down. They had a look at it, changed the bandage because we weren't sure whether it was just a reaction from the bandages that were used, because sometimes certain plasters really irritate her. So they changed the bandage and that, and said they would need to do a scan because there was a chance there could be a blood clot in her arm. But unfortunately there was no one available over the weekend to do the scan. So what they decided to do was give her some anti-clot injections. So they gave her one that night, and then she had to go back over the following night at the same time, so gone 11, to have that done. And to make life easy, they actually gave her some injections to bring home so she could do them herself. She's done similar things before, and that would save her travelling all the way over to the hospital just to get an injection. So Monday we went in and she had an ultrasound on her arm. Now, although there was no major clots found, there were signs of slight clotting around where the PICC line is actually situated on the arm. So she had the PICC line, then we were sent upstairs to talk to some other doctor about something. I wasn't actually allowed in the room while she was doing that, so I wasn't 100% sure what that was about. And then it was up for blood tests, and while she was in getting her blood tests, I wasn't actually allowed in, so I was told it'd take about 2 hours, so I went down and sat in Costa, waiting. Turned out it was more like 5 hours. They wouldn't let her go until they actually had her results back, and then they were trying to work out the best course of action for treatment. But then after all the waiting around, they basically said because she's got the things in her brain, that if they give her injections or medication to actually break down the clots and thin her blood, that could cause a bleed on the brain which could be fatal. So they basically gave her an ultimatum, either keep going as she is and hope the clot doesn't actually get any worse, or take the course of either antibiotics, whether that be injection or tablets, or risk a bleed on the brain. So she decided in the end to just see how things go. They suggested maybe taking some, I can't even think now, mine's gone dead, allergy type tablets in case it was an allergy of some description. My wife seems to think it is, because whenever they've kind of flushed it out, when they've had to like flush it through, make sure it's working and all that, and they've changed the bandages, it drives her nuts and gets really itchy. So my wife's actually said all along that she thinks it's some sort of reaction to the dressing or the bandages. So she's actually like taking the allergy tablets, and fingers crossed the clot will kind of break itself down and won't get any worse. So obviously that was a lot of extra trips to the hospital. My wife, I think she's like had enough already. I mean, we have been trying to keep positive as best we can, but it's so hard. I mean, she's been getting more and more upset at herself, and she keeps apologising for like putting everyone else through all of this. And I mean, despite our best efforts to tell her that it's not her fault and we don't care about anything like that, it's still kind of affecting her, which in turn is affecting my mental health. I just wish I could swap places with her, because she just doesn't deserve all this. She's one of the nicest, caring, loving people, always putting everyone else first, and neglecting herself. It just seems so unfair that all this is happening. So that's where we're up to at the moment. Like I said at the start of the video, she's got chemo tomorrow, so another trip to the hospital and 4 hours of chemo. We're not sure whether I'm going to be allowed in for that. I am going with her, and I'll just wait in Costa for 4 hours if I have to, just so I'm there when she gets out. I will do another update when I get chance to say how she got on with her second round of chemo and how it's kind of affected her. Of course, her hair is starting to fall out now, which is upset her quite a bit. She has got a wig, but I know a lot of men, I mean, there probably are some men out there that worry about losing their hair, but majority of us would just shave it off and be done with it. But for women, I think it's a much bigger thing. So she's got a wig, she's bought some like beanie hats and some head scarves and things. I mean, I told her I'd shave my head and we'd go out together, if that made her feel any better. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say for this video. I know quite a few of you asked about donating, mainly on my main channel. So I have actually made a PayPal link where you can donate. I will include the links on the other channel in the video description, and I'll leave a link in the video description for this video. So if anyone wants to donate, not sure how I would use it, whether it's going to be travelling expenses or just to go towards like my main channel. I'm still trying to get myself in the right frame of mind. There's some small jobs that I've been wanting to tackle, which I'd probably make short videos on. But if I'm honest, I'm still just really struggling to get my mind in the right place. My stepdaughter's down at the moment, so she's upstairs with the wife. They're having a bit of a lay down. So I thought while I was sat here, I'd just come out and update you all on what's been happening. So yeah, that's about it really. So I will update you further when I get the chance. I promise you I will be back in the workshop, hopefully, even if it's just to do a couple of real simple jobs. I really want to kind of do something to help my mental health, because I mean at the moment it's like on a downward spiral. I'm just really struggling. I think the whole family's struggling. And I know that if I can get out here, even if it's to spend an hour or whatever, that's going to make the world a difference. Not just for me, but the wife as well, if she sees me kind of being normal. But at the moment, I've just not been able to push myself enough. But it is what it is. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for all the people that have subscribed to the channel and are genuinely interested in what's going on. Your support is really appreciated. I still can't believe all the hundreds of comments I got on my video on the main channel and the comments I've received on this channel. Keep them coming, because it really does mean a lot, not just to me but the whole family. So that's going to do it for me. I'll update you in the future whenever I get a chance. So until then, stay safe and you'll see me in the next one. Cheers for watching, guys.